Three, two, one, and we're live. Hey guys, so this is our first podcast, and in which we're going to talk about the Denver airport conspiracy theories. And here, this is me, and I have my friend on the other side. And today we're going to talk about the Denver airport. So my friend's going to introduce you guys to the Denver airport, the entire thing, and then we'll join the conspiracy theories on the other side. Over to you, bro.
Okay, so the Denver International Airport. It is located in Denver, Colorado, USA. DIA is the largest airport in America and second largest in the world after King Fahd International Airport, Saudi Arabia. Although it is the second largest, it is the 18th busiest airport in the world. DIA has over 35,000 employees. So the history of DIA is that Denver Mayor Federico Penne authorized the outlay of the first 60 million for the construction of DIA. 2 years later, Mayor Wellington Webb inherited the project, scheduled to open on October 29, 1993. Bro, do you know what the messed up part about this project is?
I think that it went some few $billion off the budget, right? Am I
Yeah,
right?
it went over like $2 to $3 billion over the budget. Like it is like
No way.
the initial amount was quadrupled in the end, and also it had several delays. Like the
Shit. So like, where the fuck did the money go?
yeah, there's the conspiracy. Like they built this huge ass underground tunnel of some sort, and
Wait, we will get to that part later on. Let's just
yeah,
talk
okay,
about
okay,
like let's
okay,
just
okay. So
get to the
the
subject. Yeah.
project was delayed several times from October of 1993 to December of 1993, then to March of 1994, and then to May 1995, and in the end it was open for the public in 1995. So like it is like 4 or 5 years of delay, and people were pumping their
Yeah.
monies in. People were investing in this project.
All right. Yeah.
So now you can
Okay.
start to talk about the
So
conspiracies.
yeah. So okay. So let's just base it off like this. Okay. That the area on which Denver Airport is based on, the area is about 33,000 acres. I'll just
Oh,
repeat the number, all right? 33 fucking thousand acres. The size
that's a
of the
huge
city.
land.
Yeah, bro, it's so massive, right? And Denver Airport, all right, sure, it has to be big, but you have to also remember that there was already an airport in Denver, Colorado, only
Yeah,
nine
I've read
minutes
about
away
it.
from the new one.
Yeah.
And that one basically met the demands of the local city, because Denver is not a huge city. It's not one of the biggest cities in the US. All right, it's a mid-American city. All right, mid-sized American city. So
Yes.
it doesn't need 33,000 acres of land under it for the airport to be functional. So, like right off the bat, this thing that Denver Airport has to be so fucking huge, it just confuses you sort of, because it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be huge. Why is it huge?
Yeah.
And okay, so let's just start off
And
by
and
this.
also and also
Yeah,
and also why would they need a new airport in the first place? Like what's the
exactly.
point?
Exactly. So, like, if the airport size met the local need, why would you invest billions of dollars into a new airport when there's no need for it? All right. Okay. So, I'll just read you something that I found very interesting recently. Okay. So
Yeah.
when you enter the airport, right? There's this huge blue horse
Blue Mustang, yeah.
sculpture. There's this huge blue horse sculpture at the gates. So the story goes that the sculptor's name was Peniel. Okay, so he
Okay.
says that um, I got to know this Luis Jimenez. He had a great personality, says Pena, of the sculptor behind Blue Mustang. The 32-foot horse with vibrant, gleaming red-orange eyes that greet travelers and causes some to have on-the-ground panic attacks, usually reserved for DIA's, Denver International Airport's notorious turbulence. As you know, the sculpture fell on him in the process of creation, and ultimately he died. That's right, folks. The piece was commissioned by Pena's committee in the mid-90s, but Jimenez was still working on it up until June 13, 2006. So all the way from mid 90s to an entire century later, almost a century later, right? In June 13, 2006. That's about a decade. That's how long it took for the sculpture to be made. And when the sculpture was almost done, the sculpture fell on Jimenez, who was a sculptor, and when a piece of the sculpture fell and severed an artery in his leg, the horse that killed his maker was finished by his state
Damn.
and unveiled on February 11, 2008. So so the horse killed the sculpture, and the horse is still up on the fucking entrance. Can you
And
believe
also the
that?
horse is really creepy.
Yeah,
Like it has popping veins and red eyes. It's a really
exactly.
creepy horse.
And especially at night, when you look at it, it just looks so out of place, right? Because you just
Yeah,
don't
who does it?
understand. Yeah, like why does it have to be there? There's no need for it to be there, right? Like, why the fuck would you need such a creepy horse greeting you at an airport? Okay,
Like the first thing which greets you when you land in Denver is this creepy ass horse. Imagine
exactly,
that.
exactly. So it's just so messed up. Okay, so moving on. So when you enter Denver Airport, there's a slate at the entrance, right? So they sculptured the slate, and some of the few interesting things that you find on the slate is that, like, this is where it gets very, very interesting in my opinion. So on the slate you find three things. First of all, a masonry logo, the logo of the Freemasons, the
Yeah.
largest secretive organization in the US. Second of all, the name underneath it says the New World Airport Commission. The New World Airport Commission. And surprisingly enough, there is
Yes.
not a single entity named New World Airport Commission
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the
It
entire
doesn't
globe.
exist.
It
Yeah. It
doesn't
doesn't
exist.
exist. Yeah.
Exactly. So why the fuck would the biggest airport in the US have its name on the inaugural slate? It just doesn't make sense. And on top of that, with all this new world order that has been around in the conspiracy world for centuries at this point, why do they have to refer to it as the New World Airport Commission? Are they trying to signal something, or maybe not, or maybe something else? I'm not sure about it. So what do you think about this all, bro? Like, I'm sure you can just Google it, like the Denver Airport inaugural slate, and you can find the slate, and it's so very creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this organization doesn't exist. I guess it's like a bait for those people who want to dig deep into the conspiracy theories, and like it's it's mocking those people who want to like go into the rabbit hole. It's just a
Hmm.
facade that
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
the
I
point.
get the point. Yeah. Okay.
Also, now let should we
Yeah.
talk about the underground facilities?
Yeah,
The
bro.
45,000 acres underground facility.
Holy shit. 45,000 acres.
So let me read it. The underground facilities. The prevalent theory is that the airport was built to conceal a massive, top secret underground bunker. There are numerous theories as to why the bunker exists, like aliens. This is bullshit. If you read aliens now, this is bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, simply
So as to
enough,
why,
yeah.
yeah, as to why bunker exists, like aliens are hiding underground, or that the space would be used as a concentration camp, or that the
Oh, this is so
space is
interesting.
supposed to be a fallout shelter if a nuclear war happens. This is plausible. Like, why not just build a fallout shelter for the rich people out there?
Yeah, I mean, and secondly, I mean, the one that says that it has to be a concentration camp. You know what makes it more plausible?
What?
When you find out that the fences at the airport, they're not faced outwards. They're not faced outwards to keep people from coming inside. Rather than that, the fences at the airport are faced inside,
Oh,
so that people in the airport cannot leave, cannot get out of the airport. So just this one point
that's so
makes
spicy.
this theory much more plausible. And obviously, the one that says that it's a fallout shelter for the rich and powerful of this world, I mean, that's for sure plausible. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, the fallout shelter theory is plausible because like it's an airport. All the rich people can fly and they can directly go to the fallout shelter. Like it's really convenient.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also about the concentration camp, the murals that are in the DIA, they are depicting an upcoming genocide.
Yeah, bro. The mural. The okay. So let me just tell you a small thing about this, right?
Hmm.
The Illuminati appear to have detailed the plans for global genocide and the New World Order in two large murals. The first depicts a huge Nazi soldier with dead women and children scattered around him, and the second one shows third world populations dying, an elite species protected from the apocalypse in sealed containers, and the Maya symbol of 2012 presiding over all. In the floor near the murals is written AUAG. So AUAG, the abbreviation for the deadly toxin, Australia antigen. So people say that the mural in the murals, the soldier,
Hmm.
he's wearing a gas mask, and just beneath the mural, only a few feet from the soldier, is a tile with AUAG on it.
What does it
AUAG
mean?
is, yeah, it is Australia antigen. So let me just tell you
So
what is Australia.
it's some sort of chemical weapon.
Yeah. So basically, what it is that you probably know about hepatitis B, right?
Yeah.
So Australia antigen AUAG is the component of hepatitis B virus, and so the theory goes uh, that at that point in time there has to be a viral apocalypse, a viral pandemic, and during which the person in the gas mask protects those who are in the sealed container, and the rest of the people on Earth will most likely either they'll survive, most of them will
Oh.
survive, and some of them will die. So that's how the theory goes.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. So you're talking about something, yeah. Go ahead.
Also, do you know about the time capsule? The time capsule thing.
Yeah, I've heard something about it. Can you like tell me more about it? Yeah.
It's about the new world order, the agenda of new world order,
And what is that?
like one government in the entire world.
Yeah.
I don't
And
exactly know about this, but they are going to open it in 2080 or 2090, something like that.
yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. It says 2094. So the time capsule will be open in 2094. So I mean, who knows what the fuck will happen until then?
Yeah. Also with the coronavirus thing, I think their agenda is in full swing.
Yeah, bro. So I don't want to get too off the topic here
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
another
but
rabbit hole. We'll talk about that
yeah,
sometime.
yeah. In the next few days, we'll talk
Yeah,
about that. We'll
we
talk
should we
about
should we should
George
base our like
Floyd.
George Floyd is that's the new thing, the new propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the murder of George Floyd, it's a horrendous act by the police
It's
officer.
it's, it's tragic,
It's
but still, like, okay, we are going off topic here, but the
yeah,
the
exactly.
the police officer and George Floyd were close friends, or like they worked somewhere together.
Yeah, so like they both knew each other, and
Yeah,
on
they
top
knew
of
each
that,
other.
obviously, the murder of George Floyd is unjustified by all measures. But
Yeah.
um, at the advent of that murder, the things that have happened since then, obviously George Floyd is not responsible for any of those things, and people higher up are maybe responsible for that. So we'll talk about that some other day. But what I was about to tell you is that at the Denver airport, there are four runways, and these runways are shaped like a swastika. So God knows what they mean by that, but uh, you have to imagine that the commissioners, the people who are planning the airport, they can figure out that there's a swastika on the ground where they plan their runways to be, and they probably wouldn't make the runways in such a manner, but well, there they are, and so who knows what they're supposed to mean. Yeah, and if you have something else to add to that.
I guess their reasoning would be that it would be efficient, like 4 planes at once. But
Yeah, yeah. But there are many other ways. I mean, they could put them parallel. If you have 33,000 acres, you can
yeah,
like why
you can
waste
make
the
like
fucking space?
10 to 20 air runways.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's the point, right?
What else? Do you know about the gargoyles in the DIA, which mocks people for which mocks the conspiracy theorists?
No, I don't know about that. What's it about?
There is a video about them. Have you
Yeah.
seen it?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't
there is a video.
actually. So if you can like tell me what happens over there, if you can like
I
basically
guess
summarize.
the gargoyles laugh at the conspiracy theorists when
Yeah.
when the passengers ask them who are you and why do you look so weird, they laugh, or
What the
they
fuck?
laugh
That's
at
so
them.
weird, bro.
Yeah, like in a
And
really creepy, a really creepy laugh.
you know what they've started to do at the Denver airport? So what they've done is that the Denver airport people who manage the airport, they've started to taunt the people who talk about the conspiracy theories regarding the Denver
I read it.
airport. Yeah, and they put out like posters and stuff, which is super weird. Like, why would you first of all acknowledge that there are conspiracy theories? I mean, if you are so anti-conspiracy theory, why the fuck would you acknowledge it in the first place? I mean, for acknowledging it, it means that there is, to some
There's
extent, to
something going
some
around.
degree, there is some truth
Yeah.
to it, right? I mean, obviously, these are all just conspiracy theories, right? There's nothing concrete over here that we have. But what we have right now is that we're just asking you guys to have an open mind to every fucking thing. Because, first of all, don't trust anyone who says anything. It's just
like
as simple as it
like
goes.
the, the analogy is like a lie who lies and says that I am lying, but people won't believe him because they think he's joking. So they will
Yeah,
just pass.
exactly.
Yeah,
So another thing that I wanted to mention is that you obviously know who Queen Elizabeth II is, right? The Queen of
yeah,
England and
yeah.
Northern
The
Ireland, and
lady who never dies. The lady who never dies.
yeah, and her husband who was 99 years old and still walking, walking dead
He's a walking
from the airport.
carcass.
I swear, man. How many times has he been to the airport? Like, has he been to the hospital by now? I guess like
Numerous times.
numerous times. So the theory goes that Queen Elizabeth II, she owns a huge chunk of property near the airport.
Okay.
Now, why the fuck would she, of all the people, own property near an airport in a mid-sized American city in the middle of the US? So it just boggles my mind. Like, why would she do that? I mean, she can own property anywhere else in the world, but why in that specific place?
Also, do you know when there was this comet which was about to hit Earth but nearly missed?
No, I don't know about that. What's it
Like
about?
in 2014 or 15, like there was this huge uh, what's called comet orbiting the Earth, orbiting the space and was about to hit Earth. Like
Yeah,
it nearly missed. So
and
what really happened? So what happened? Obama was the president at that time. So he flew all the way from Washington to Denver on the night when this was going to happen, but it did happen.
come on, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was all on the Reddit that he flew to Denver.
exactly.
I
And
don't know.
if you think about it, why would they need 45,000 acres of luggage area? So the official statement goes that all this underground tunnels and all the space underground is basically to handle the luggage of the airport. But it just doesn't make sense that if the airport above ground is 33,000 acres, I mean, sure you cannot fit the luggage over there. Sure you cannot. Makes sense. But why the fuck would you need another 45,000 acres of space under the ground where you can just
Wait
accommodate
a
the.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The underground is much larger than the airport.
Yeah, bro. You didn't know about that?
Shit. No
Yeah,
way.
so theory goes that under the airport, the area has been dug out so much that you can fit in the entire area, right? It has been dug out so much you can fit about 2 to 3 stories. 2 to 3 stories under the ground. So add to that 33,000 acres, multiply by 3, that's 99,000 acres.
Oh my god. No wonder it took too much time.
Exactly. And so, I mean, why would an airport need so much space? And so let me just pull this up, right? So the Denver airport annual traffic. Let's just see how much traffic it has in a year. I mean, if it justifies it at all. Let's just pull this up, all right? Okay, so the Denver airport is the 18th busiest airport in the world, and turns out that it is the second largest airport in the world.
It is the second
How the
largest,
fuck would
yeah.
anyone do that?
Like the discrepancy, 18 to
Exactly.
2. Like the
Exactly.
gap.
Think about it. So, compared to the space, it should be.
And also it's also it's not the busiest
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not
USA. It's not even the busiest in the
exactly.
USA.
And overall, you know what people say is that Colorado, it's in the middle of the U.S., right? So it is shielded on all sides by U.S. By the United States. So you have got the East Coast, you've got the West Coast, you've got Texas and stuff in the south, and you've got North Dakota, South Dakota in the north. So it is a pretty good shielded area, and which makes sense for it to be there because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not make an airport or
Yeah, so
or a bunker in a place which is in the middle of nowhere, in the center of the U.S., where anyone can get there much easily.
Colorado has always been a golden nugget for USA. Back in the 1800s, because of its
Yeah,
mountainous area, na, it's been like the golden. Do you know
yeah,
about
yeah.
the
I know about that. Yeah, I do.
goldish thing? Yeah, it was very popular there because of the
Yeah,
mountains.
and another thing that you have to also keep in mind is that um, in Denver, there are many national. Um, uh, there are so many Air Force facilities. There are so many naval facilities. There are so many army bases in the area of Colorado alone that it makes sense that they have just buffed up this area so that in the case of a global disaster of a catastrophic scale, all the rich people, all the powerful people who rule over us, they can just jump down to the bunker, and you got the entire fucking military there to protect them. So, I mean, if you add that to the entire game, it just ups the scales.
And also talking about Colorado, it has two Freemasons lodges
What does it
in
mean, though?
Colorado. Like it's a Freemason club there. Two
Seriously?
Freemason club. Yeah,
And
I just
secondly,
read that.
another thing that you have to also keep in mind is that Freemasons have been for a long time in official positions. Um, I mean, all the way from the President of the US to the Secretary of State to something like the Secretary of Commerce. Freemasons, for a long time, they all have been members of the Freemasons. So it just begs concern that why the fuck would there be a Freemason logo at the entrance of an airport with also a blue Mustang who killed its sculptor with the area of 33,000 acres? And if you add that to the tunnels underneath the ground, it just is more than the area of the airport when there's already an airport which subsides the need of the place just 9 minutes away from the new airport. And the airport was tens of billions of dollars over the budget and as well as months delayed. All of this together, it just sounds so weird to think about it, right?
No one would really know until 2095. So if we are alive by then, we will surely know.
Yeah, and I mean, more than that,
Should we end it?
you also have to think about it, right? Like, why the fuck would they? Like, you just have to ask a question. Why the fuck would they do that? Whenever something, or when they say something like that, you have to ask, why the fuck would they do that?
Yeah, it's baffling.
Yeah, and let me just pull something else that has been very interesting. Is that it says that okay, so the airport facility that I was talking about, it is NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command. So essentially, the Air Force Command Center for North America is located just 100 miles south of the airport in Colorado Springs. So the Air Force all of a sudden needs to protect the president. Well, they're just 100 miles south of the airport. So at voila, they'll be there in no time.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
It's
I
all
mean
coming
the murals.
together
Yeah,
now.
exactly. And besides that, I mean, although we have talked about the murals to some length, like if I just show a picture of the murals to you, you'll understand how fucking weird they are. How fucking weird they are when they're killing people out in the open, when they're killing doves in the open, when the children have AK-47s, when all the people of the world are all of a
No
sudden.
way. The children have AK-47s.
Yeah, yeah, bro. You didn't know about that?
No. It's
So,
messed up.
in the murals, the children in the picture have fucking AK-47s
What's the
in their hands.
interpretation? What's the interpretation?
So they say that there will come a time when people will start rioting, and after that ends, so after that happens, that period passes on, the elites will join the world in a new world order. They'll say that now that we have gone through this period of turmoil, there's only one solution that we have. And for that to be there, we have to join the entire world in this new world order in where everyone on earth will live in peace. And here we are, we'll be the rulers, we'll be the president and stuff. And all your identities that you own, they'll be wiped away. So you don't have your identities anymore. And like if you just
Okay.
think about all of this together, so all the people of the world are holding their flags, and it's just so weird. Like why the fuck would you do that? Why the fuck would you say that all the people in the world will live peacefully one day? I mean, that's never gonna fucking happen.
There's
Never happened
no.
in
That's
millions of years. Why the fuck
I
would it
don't.
happen? Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
have something else to add to that, bro, that's pretty much all, right? Okay, so another thing that I want to mention, so just to compare the size, just how massive it is. So the airport is twice
Share.
it's twice the size of Manhattan. It's twice the size of
And also the
Manhattan.
airport.
It's
The
so
airport
fucking
has
massive.
30,000 employees.
Yeah,
30,000 employees. Workers there.
30,000.
Yeah.
What? Holy shit! Holy shit! That's too many people, man. Like, what the fuck? That's That's so retarded. Okay, that's I think so. That's we've covered. So guys, we've like covered most of it. I mean, if you have any other ideas, or if you find out something interesting, a document, an article, or something else, you can just add it to the comments down below, or something like that. Because we want to know more. So do all of you. So let's just wind it up for today over here, and we'll come back. Yeah, and we'll be back tomorrow with another podcast. Until then, adios, goodbye, hasta la vista. That's pretty much all. Bye, guys.